There are two ways that you can move items in location that has been mandatory. And the first way is with item reclassification journal. So let's go to search and find item reclassification journal. Okay, and here I see my item reclassification journal, and this is like any other journal that we used in previous modules. So we need to enter the document number. So for example, transfer 1. I will choose my item, London swivel chair, and now I need to specify from which location I want to, in which location I want to transfer my items or move. And I'm going to search my silver location, and system will automatically populate new location and of course bin code and new bin code. In my case, I will stick with bin code number 1, and I will say that my new bin code will be bin number 4. And I want to transfer or move 2 pieces. Now, once my journal is okay, I can click post, and then I will post it. My journal has been successfully posted. And now if I navigate to items, to my item London swivel chair, and I go to my quantity on hand, you will notice that there is no item ledger entries created for this movement of items within the same location but on different bin. Instead of that, we have warehouse ledger entries. And to find warehouse ledger entries, the best way is to go to warehouse register. And here we can see that we have posted document. And if I navigate to related, register warehouse entries, I can see here my movement. And as you can see, we have -2 pieces from my bin number 1, and we have +2 pieces on the bin number 4. So the one that we selected on the warehouse, on the item reclassification journal. So this is the first way how you can move items within same location but to the different bin. The second way how you can achieve the same is by using inventory movements documents. And for this we need to first go to inventory setup. So I will go to inventory setup, and you need to make sure that you have number series for registered inventory movement, for inventory movement, and for internal movement document. So we need to have those 3 number series set up in inventory setup. And inventory movements are based on a document called internal movement, which is actually the instruction to the warehouse people to move items from one bin to another. Actual movement will be done through the inventory movement document. So let's now see how we can achieve that. So I will go to internal movement document. I will select, of course, a new one. Here I have my location silver. Okay. And now in the lines I can specify items and move from one bin code to another bin code. So let's choose our same example. Okay, London swivel chair. And I want to move again from my bin 1. Here you can see that I have possibility to select which bins I want to choose. So I will move from bin number 1 to which bin? I can select one of the bins from my list. So let's move to bin number 5, for example. And quantity will be 3. So in that case, now I'm going to give instructions to my warehouse workers to perform inventory movement of my item. So this is actually instruction from the manager to the warehouse workers. Next step is to select create inventory movement action. So I'll select it. I will confirm with yes. Okay, and I will receive a message that inventory movement activity is created. Good. Let's now go to inventory movement. Here is my document that was created. And as you can see, this is now document where inventory and our item will be moved from bin code number 1. So we will take from the inventory from the bin code number 1 and place it or put it on our inventory on bin code number 5. Okay, so this is our document. First thing that I need to do is autofill quantity to handle. So now we have here 3. And now what I can do is register inventory movement. Okay, my inventory movement has been registered. And now if I go to warehouse registers, I will see new register here. If I select related register warehouse entries, I will have my inventory movement registered here in the warehouse entries. So this is how you can do internal warehouses movements inside the Business Central. Besides inventory movements and reclassification journal, we can also use movement worksheet to move items in warehouse. And what is very interesting with the movement worksheet that it contains one interesting function called bin replenishment. Let's now see how we can use this in Dynamics 365 Business Central. And I will navigate to warehouse movement worksheet or movement worksheet. And here, as you can see, I have one worksheet that I can enter lines either manually or, as I said, calculate bin replenishment functionality. And let's see how we can prepare movement worksheet manually. So I will go to my item number and I will choose one of my item -S. So London's wheelchair. And then what I can do, I can specify from which bin code to which bin I want to move items. So let's see if we drop down to the bin code and let's move something from our bin number 1 for -01 to bin S101, and I will move one piece. Okay, I will confirm that this will exceed capacity, and I am fine with that. And with movement worksheet, we are preparing documents that will actually perform the movement. So it is not, we are not posting or we are not registering anything, we are just creating a movement document. So let's now select create movement. Do you want to create inventory movements? Yes, I want. Okay, and I will confirm this. And inventory movement activity has been created. Let's now see what we have in inventory movement document. So if I go to inventory movement, I will find my inventory movement document. And here I have instruction that I need to take from bin number 1 for -01 to 1 -01. And I need to move one quantity. Let's perform auto quantity to handle and let's now register inventory movement. Okay, I'll confirm this and my inventory movement has been done. So this is how you can do it manually through movement worksheet. But let's now see how calculate bin replenishment can help us. So let's navigate back to our journal. So movement worksheet. And let's now use calculate bin replenishment functionality. I will select this. I will pick my location. I can also turn on or off allow break bulk if I want to do this. And now I will going to select OK. Okay. And as you can see, system will propose to me that I need to move 2 items from one source bins to some destination bins. And this is very interesting because how the system calculates this, because it is based on a number of conditions that are set up on our location parameters. And it will take into consideration if we have setup of fixed bin for our items, and it will also replenish from lower ranking to higher ranking bin. Let's see what we have on our location setup. So I will go to locations, my silver location, and now I will go to location bins. And here, as you can see, that my pick bin is the highest ranking in my bin ranking. Also, it has higher ranking from the storage, bin. And if we take a look at the content of this, we see that for our item 1908 minus S, we have quantity 81. This is the fixed bin for this item, and the minimum quantity on this bin must be 90. So this means that we are lacking 9 pieces, and we are missing 9 pieces of this item. Also, our second item has also fixed bin on this S minus 1 minus 01. It has minimum quantity of 10, maximum quantity of 40, and we see that it is currently 0 inventory on this item, on this bin. That's why, if we return back to worksheet, we see that system proposed 40 to fill in maximum quantity and 9 to fill into the our conditions. Okay, now when we have this proposed here in the movement worksheet, next thing that we can do is we can create movement. Yes, now I confirm this. My inventory movement will be created. So I will go to inventory movements. And here I see that for both of my items, I have inventory movement document. And now I can easily and simply just register inventory movement, and system will post this internal movement from one bin to another bin.